I was going through a bit of a rough time. I was serving as a caregiver for my mom, who is elderly and disabled, so she had a bad fall, and it just necessitated that I take care of her basically full time. So I did that for about a year, which I didn't mind doing. I mean, I was happy to do it, but that also meant that I wasn't able to work full time, and I was facing mounting pressure, financially, and then it was just difficult being out of the workforce as well.
I don't try to solve problems. I just walk alongside them and help kind of navigate those life situations. I served in the Marine Corps for about 15 years and had several deployments. And then after military service, I did another 17 years in the federal government before I retired and transitioned to become a veteran peer specialist.
It got to a point where I was starting to feel kind of overwhelmed. And I went to the VA, to their emergency room, and just kind of checked in and said, hey, I'm going through some stuff that's very difficult and I'm not really sure where to turn, but I would like to get some kind of help.
When I was going through a transition in my life, finding veteran peer support was very helpful. It's free, there's no cost, and it's open to anybody. It doesn't matter your discharge status. As long as you served National Guard, reservist, or active duty, you qualify for peer support.
Peer support was kind of the missing piece because I wasn't sure, I was very happy to get the SNAP and the Medicaid, of course, but I was still at the same time unsure of my path forward. Like, how am I going to get back into the workforce? How am I going to get it back on track? I mean, it was helpful seeing my therapist, who I'm still seeing now, because they can, of course, help me work through different issues. But there was the career piece and the professional development part of it, which I think peer support really helps to fill. Working with Jamie and having these regular meetings and check-ins, it builds a culture of accountability, and you feel like you have someone who's looking out for your best interests, someone who's a neutral third party, but who's also really behind you and wants you to be successful.
It's not clinical, that's the first thing that we start with, right? It's somebody that has lived experience, is a veteran. So from the lived experience standpoint, we know what it's like to serve in the military, the language, the culture, and we know what that transition looks like for people that come out of the military. And so we're able to connect quickly and instantly with veterans to help them sort of navigate that process in life.
These services are for veterans, anybody who's raised their right hand and put their life on the line. The hardest part in any situation like this is just admitting that you need help in the first place, and then finding the courage to ask for it, because that's a big challenge. It was for me, and I know it is for other people. So I would just say, don't be afraid to ask, and don't worry that you're not qualified.